because the first sign was flashing. You need to wait until you get to the second one. So these ones, because they are not flashing, it's fine. But the first one was flashing. Did you pass another sign, say 50 or? Yeah, so you have to wait until you get to the sign. So did you realize that was a stop sign? Yeah, it's supposed to stop completely. So not just to roll through the stop sign, it's a stop sign. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Chris and I'm an instructor at Signal Driving School. Please consider subscribing to our channel and also turn on the notification bell so that you get notified when we release new videos. In today's video we have Nemish, who is going to be doing a mock test at Wynnum. So Nemish has never driven with us before, so this is his first time to drive with us, and he's preparing to do his practical driving test at Wynnum Test Center. So let's get started with the video, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. So like you read in that paper there, if I don't give you directions, you just need to follow the road, yeah? Sure. And then you want to be guided by road signs, signals and road marking. Sure. Otherwise I'll be saying turn right, turn left. Okay. If you don't understand whether I say right or left, you can ask me. Okay. But don't ask me questions that are related to like driving, like what's the speed limit here. You have to figure that out with yourself. Okay. And then at the end of the mock test I'll give you this paper, yeah, as well. So we are doing auto, and today is the first, and it's 120. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you about maybe 3 questions about the car itself. Okay. Can you show me how you would adjust the side mirrors?
From here, if you want to adjust left, then you press on the left, and then you can adjust the top side left, right angle from there.
Yep. And can you turn off the air conditioning?
Okay, so right now it's already on. So
you can turn it off and then back on.
Yeah.
Okay. How's the lights? Okay. So that's all that I'm gonna ask you. Whenever you're ready, you can move off. We're gonna continue straight.
Okay.
Nemish signals checked the mirrors but did not check the blind spot. Nemish leaves a safe gap between our vehicle and parked vehicles.
When you get to the next intersection, you can turn left.
When turning left, it's important that we position the vehicle on the left-hand side and not unnecessarily take up the whole lane. He positioned the car in the center of the lane, which is a non-critical driving error.
And then at these traffic lights, turn left.
Good left turn at the traffic lights. Again, Nemish leaves a safe gap between our vehicle and parked vehicles.
The next set of traffic lights, we are going right.
Good observations at the pedestrian crossing. When turning right at green lights with no red or green arrow, we should drive forward and wait in the middle of the intersection. Nemish waits behind the solid line, which is a non-critical driving error. He chooses a safe gap though. Good speed management on this street.
This intersection coming up, you can go right.
Coming up is Nemish's first critical driving error. At this intersection, I asked Nemish to turn right. There is a pedestrian crossing near the stop sign. Because we are the second car from the stop sign, we should not stop on top of the zebra crossing. Nemish stops on top of the crossing, which is a critical driving error. Nemish chooses a safe gap, turning right at this intersection. The speed limit on this street is 40 km per hour, and Nemish manages the speed well. He also does well to recognize that the speed limit is now 50 km per hour.
You get to the roundabout, you can go left.
At this roundabout, Nemish does well.
And then at this intersection, turn left.
He also turns really well at this intersection. Good speed management at this 50 km/h street.
And I'm gonna get you to do a reverse parallel park behind that car. Yeah.
Before starting a reverse parallel park, Nemish checked the mirrors but did not check the right blind spot. Also, he should physically look behind a bit more. He parks very well though.
When you finish, you can put the car in park, handbrake on. I'm just gonna check. When you're ready, you can move on.
Again, Nemish does not check the right blind spot before moving off.
And then I'm gonna get you to turn left.
Good left turn.
At this intersection coming up, you can go right.
Good right turn as well. You can see how he nicely inches forward because it is hard to see. Good observations at these pedestrian crossings.
At the end of this street, you can go right. Actually, go left, sorry, not right, left.
Nemish probably hesitated, however, this is fine because it's hard to see due to parked vehicles.
When you get to the roundabout, you can go right, take the third exit.
Nemish turns well at this roundabout. The speed limit on this street is 60 km per hour. Nemish drives at 45 km per hour, which is slow for the situation.
Roundabout, you can continue straight.
He does well at this roundabout.
This one you can keep following the road.
Nemish again does well at this roundabout. The speed and the signal are spot on.
This roundabout as well, you can keep going straight.
Again, he does well at this roundabout. Good speed management going downhill. When passing through a railway crossing, we should look left and right, but Nemish does not check, which is an uncritical driving error.
The next set of traffic lights, we are going right.
correct lane choice for turning right are these set of traffic lights. He also does well to check the mirrors when braking. Nemish does not check the blind spot when merging on the motorway, and this is an uncritical driving error. He merges really well though. And we are going to be taking the next exit on the left. Before exiting the motorway, Nemish should check the left side mirror just in case there is a motorbike on the left. He does not check. Nemish adjusts the speed very well after exiting the motorway. Then at these sets of traffic lights, you can take the slip lane on the left. This time, Nemish does well to check the left side mirror before driving into the slip lane. He again chooses a safe kerb, turning left. Again, Nemish does not check the right blind spot when merging to the right. After turning left, he whizzes up the speed very well. Then we're gonna go left. Nemish does well to sufficiently stop at this stop sign. Also, he does well to recognize the speed limit. We just passed the school zone sign which runs between 7 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. which is all-day school zone. After a few seconds, Nemish is almost doing 45 kilometers per hour, so I ask him to slow down, which is a critical driving error.
Such a speed, it's 40 here. Sorry?
I thought the school zone was ended in the middle.
Oh, but the first sign was flashing. You need to wait until you get to the second one. So these ones, because they're not flashing, it's fine. But the first one was flashing. Did you pass another sign which says 50 or? Yeah, so you have to wait until you get to the sign. So like here is fine because it's the time it says.
It's not activated.
Yeah. But that first one, you need to be careful.
Again, Nemish did not scan through the railway crossing.
Okay, so this roundabout, you can go left.
Nemish does well at this roundabout.
And then I'm gonna get you to use the street on your right to make a U-turn.
Okay.
So using the street on your right, make a U-turn.
He also does well doing this U-turn. He carries out proper observation and does the U-turn correctly.
And then straight through this roundabout.
I ask Nemish to go straight at this roundabout, but he turns right instead. Although there is nothing wrong if he takes the wrong exit, this is an uncritical driving error because he did not signal right.
That was right, though.
This time around, Nemish looks through the railway crossing.
That's okay, don't worry about it, it's fine. But you should have gone to the second exit. That's where straight is. Okay, you can go left.
Well done to check the side mirror before turning left. Also, he does well to scan through the crossroad.
Then turn left
At the end of the street, I ask Nemish to turn left and there is a stop sign. However, he does not come to a complete stop, which is a critical driving error.
So did you realize that was a stop sign? Keep driving, it's fine. Yeah, you're supposed to stop completely. So not just to roll through the stop sign. It's a stop sign. That's okay, don't worry about it. You can keep driving.
Again, Nemish does not check through the railway crossing.
This roundabout, let's go right to the third exit.
Nemish does well at this roundabout. The speed limit on this street is 60 kilometers per hour. Nemish drives at 40 kilometers per hour.
Straight through this roundabout.
Nemish does well at this roundabout.
At the next set of traffic lights, you can go right.
Correct lane choice to turn right at these traffic lights. When the lights turns green, Nemish should drive forward in the middle of the intersection and wait for oncoming traffic. He doesn't, so this is a non-critical driving error. Again, Nemish does not scan through the railway crossing.
Now we need to pull over on the left.
Nemish pulls over very well.
Okay, when you're ready, you can reverse the car in a straight line.
Okay.
I'll tell you when to stop.
Before starting a straight line reverse, Nemish checks the mirrors but does not check the blind spot. He reverses very well though.
Alright, that should do. And then when you're ready, you can turn around the car.
Okay.
take the first straight on your left.
Good left turn. Well done slowing down at the bend.
And then you can turn right.
Good right turn.
Then go right at this roundabout.
Nemish does well when turning right at this roundabout.
Okay, so we're gonna go back, driving back to the center. Yeah, to the car park, yeah. Okay, so if we just gonna go ahead and turn left in here. Yeah. Then once you turn left, I'll get you to, you can park the car on the right hand side.
Okay. Near to the right car.
Yeah, so near your car, yeah.
Should I do head
You
first?
can reverse in or you can draw. Yeah, head first is fine. Feel free to adjust.
Okay.
We've come to the end of this mock test and it's now time for feedback.
You can leave it on. It's a bit hot outside, so we can leave it on. How do you think you went?
I think the first mistake was like silly mistake in parallel car path.
Yeah.
The car was a little bit on the roadside. There was much space in the curb.
Yes.
And one other mistake was on the school zone on 40.
Mm-hmm.
I went a little bit above that in the school zone.
Mm-hmm. Anything else?
Not that I think of.
Alright, so you haven't had a lesson with an instructor before? Okay, that's okay. It's actually a good drive considering you haven't had a lesson with an instructor. I didn't feel like you were rushing. I didn't feel like you were unsafe, so I wasn't too worried that you were gonna hit someone or something like that, which is a good thing. Okay. But you were a little bit overcautious, especially when you are coming to the roundabout. You come to the roundabout and it's actually safe to go. I can see there's no one on the right. We have a good visibility, and you just coming and you're like stopping the car.
Okay.
That's a mistake in the driving test. Okay, and you're repeating that consistently.
So if it's good visibility, then I can just go on 10, 15, 20 speed. Don't need to stop at all.
Yeah, no need to stop. Because the visibility, we can see clearly there's no one. If the visibility is not that good, you can just pause a little bit and just have another look, but the visibility was very good. Okay. Now, let me go through some critical driving errors that you made today. The first one was when we first
started the mock test, we went around for a bit. You were doing very well with those pedestrian crossing. And then we got to one of them where you had to turn right. I said to you, go right. There was a car in front of you. There's a pedestrian in between us and the car. You've gone, you put the car on the pedestrian crossing. That's a critical driving error. You need to wait behind the pedestrian crossing until the car moves.
So to keep it clear.
If you are the first car, you can go there. That's fine. Even if the pedestrian crossing is very close, you can go. But because you are the second car, you're supposed to wait behind the crossing until the other guy turns. Once that person turns, you now move forward, making sure obviously there's no pedestrians. So that was a critical driving error for stopping on top of the pedestrian crossing. The second one was 43 kilometers per hour in a 40 zone. So that's definitely a critical driving error. You need to make sure that you need to pass a second sign before. So the first sign was like 7 to 4:30, and it was actually flashing as well. So you wait until you get to those other signs which says different times.
Schools on hands or something.
Other mistakes were usually small ones. You definitely gonna get what we call a repeated driving fault. So you have no shoulder check moving off, no shoulder check starting a reverse parallel parking, no shoulder check merging. Even when we did the U-turn?
Yes.
When we did the U-turn, you did not shoulder check. Even when we did the straight line reverse, you did not shoulder check. So shoulder check means
blind spot.
You need to turn your head and look over your shoulder.
It's like I knew that like no one is coming. I saw but I didn't completely like do the blind spot check.
So these mirrors, this mirror shows you what's behind there. This shows you what's behind there. This mirror shows you what's on your right hand side. If someone is standing there, you're not gonna see them. There's no way you're gonna see them in the mirror.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so you need to do a shoulder check. So you failed the test for that. Because you did it all the time. There was no shoulder check. We measured on the motorway, no shoulder check. We did the maneuvers, no shoulder check. So you need to do shoulder checks. You were using your mirrors, although I'll say you need to use your mirrors a bit more. I'm gonna go through the video again. I'm gonna add some stuff. I'm gonna comment some stuff. I'm not sure when the video, maybe a week or two. I'll probably get it out, but I'll add a little bit more information. But you should be using your mirrors a bit more. So when you're driving, so like when you're driving straight, you're pretty much just driving. You need to be checking your mirrors every now and then. Whenever you're braking, you should check this mirror. Whenever you're going through intersections, you should look left and right. Whenever you're going through railway crossing, actually railway crossing one was definitely a mistake. So you should look. You need to check left and right every time you pass through a railway crossing. Particularly railway crossing and traffic lights. Yeah. When you go to the crossroads, you were actually checking, but I don't know why traffic lights you were not checking.
I thought it was like granted that the traffic light is red, so it's kind of an extra precaution that you need to take.
Yeah, you never want to trust anybody on the road. So you might be doing the right thing, but some idiots might run a red light. So it happens every time. But if you're checking, you can probably prevent a crash. So yeah, just look at it a bit. And try not to be too cautious when you get to the roundabouts. Okay.
No, it's like when I'm driving normal, I like do that, but since this was a test, so I thought that I need to be extra little precautious. So you may have noticed that I'm driving a little bit slow.
Yeah, you were, like I actually marked you like for speed as well. Like
those pedestrian crossing, I understand maybe the first few there was a poor visibility, so there was like some blind spots because there were cars parked, and you were taking your time, which was good. But then there was other ones which can see like, there's no one coming, and then you were just slowing down for no reason. So
it was like this. I thought that I need to take extra precaution on that since it's a test.
So like 20 kilometers an hour in a 40 zone, 40 kilometers an hour in a 60 zone, 45 kilometers an hour in a 60 zone.
So you don't need to drive too slow.
You're going a little bit too slow. Like this one will definitely get you in the test because that's 20 kilometers under the speed limit. That's too slow.
Okay.
If it's 60, you need to be doing like 57, 58. Okay. Too far from the curb, you already know that one. Oh, this is a critical driving error as well. You did not fully stop at the stop sign. That's a critical driving error. You need to stop the car for 3 seconds. Because what you did was you kind of like paused, the car is rolling. I'm like, are you gonna stop? And then you went. So you need to stop.
So I kind of paused it and then saw that.
Let the car stop for 3 seconds and then you can turn. Don't just roll through. Don't just kind of like pause and go. That doesn't count. If you're gonna stop. All right, I'll give you this one. Did you have any questions?
No, just like, so for real test, how many critical and non-critical errors that
you're not allowed any critical error.
And so if you get one strike and then you
fail straight off, so you would have failed at the pedestrian crossing. So when you stop at that pedestrian crossing, the examiner will terminate the test.
And in like real test, can I use like my own car? Or?
Yeah, you can use your own car. Make sure it's roadworthy, so good tires, indicators and stuff, they are working.
So I usually use that by like the blind spot mirror and that.
That's fine, but you should do shoulder checks still. If you don't shoulder check, your shoulder checks is what we call a repeated driving fault. So like here, you need to fix this. I mean, I'm not gonna write everything, but you've got 3 critical driving errors and you've got 1 repeated driving fault for shoulder checks. Okay, so you will need these ones. This has to be 0 and this has to be 0. You can make this one. You can make up to 8 mistakes, small ones, of which you actually didn't make that small mistakes that many. But these ones definitely you need to be perfect. I think one other mistake is your road position when turning left. That's also getting very close to the allowed number. So you are turning left. And you starting the turn from here. That's the wrong position. You need to start the turn from the left hand side. This is a position for right turn, not left turn. Yeah. All right, that's yours. Any other questions?
No, it's good.
All right.
So for international license holders, so if I appear for exam, and how many chances do I get? 1 or 2?
You can get as many chances you want, but if you do your driving test, the first time if you don't pass, your driver's license gets suspended, and then you won't be allowed to drive until you pass a driving test. Yeah.
So is it like if I get failed in the first chance, and do I need to get learner's license first, or I can get the full open license directly?
So if you fail the first time, obviously you're not gonna be allowed to drive anymore. But you can come back and do a driving test. So you can get your friend or someone else to drive the car, and then they park it for you, and then you can go for another driving test.
So that will be open license directly?
Yeah, so you get an open license directly. But if you fail and you need to practice, you need to get a learner license. Yeah, so they won't allow you to drive after you failed your first test. Yeah, now you can drive, but yeah, this is why it's important maybe try and practice. And
no, that's like I can like if I'm driving normally, I would like avoid half of the mistakes.
Oh, okay.
Just because the extra precautions and driving different cars and
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Cool.
And do you help with like applying for license and other things on the?
In which way, like doing lessons or?
Maybe I would get one more lessons before I apply for the.
Yeah. So
now that I know all these things.
Yeah.
I can avoid all this like critical mistakes and other things.
Yeah.
And
So you can try and practice,
Mhm.
and then once you feel like you're ready, you can do a lesson. Yeah.
okay.
So just do a lesson, and I'll check and make sure that you're fine to go
Okay.
for the test.
And we have to always drive 10 and 2, right? Not with one hand in the driving
No,
test.
no one hand. You
That's
can do
little
10 and
bit-
2, or you can do 9 and 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because usually when I'm driving, mostly use one hand, and when I'm driving 10 and 2, it's little bit, you feel a little bit different.
So you can do 10 and 2 or do 9 and 3.
So you
9
have-
and 3 is also
Nine,
fine. Yeah.
But you never cross hands as well when you.
So you can do like, I mean, you could do something like, so you can do this,
Mhm.
that's fine. You can do this, that's fine. Obviously, if you do something, no good. Yeah.
But you can like when you are turning, you can.
Yeah, this is called hand over hand. This
Okay.
is allowed.
Okay.
Or maybe you do the pull push like this. So either one of the two is fine.
But not the actual cross.
Don't
Yeah.
cross your hands because you can lose control of the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. No. Okay.
All good.
Thanks for taking the mock test.
That's it for today. If you enjoyed watching this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell so that you get notified when we release new videos. Also, if any of you guys are interested in doing a mock test for our channel and want to do a mock test at any of the centers that we cover, you can get in touch with us. So you can either send us a message on Instagram, or you can send us an email via our website signaldrivingschool.com.au. Otherwise, if you are doing a driving test soon, I wish you the best of luck. See you in the next video.